Imagine you are minutes away from a major presentation and you realize your flash drive is missing. You are panicking. What you don't know is that a coworker deliberately hid it, and they are currently watching you from across the room, enjoying every second of your distress. When we encounter malicious behavior, we usually assume it is driven by a tangible incentive. A thief steals a phone because it has a high resale value. Even when someone deliberately damages your reputation at the office, the motive is usually logical. A Machiavellian personality spreads rumors to eliminate a competitor and secure a promotion. But sometimes there is no tangible payoff. The hidden flash drive doesn't belong to a rival, and the resulting anxiety helps no one advance their career. The harm exists in a vacuum of logic. For decades, foundational psychology categorized malicious behavior through a three-pillar structure called the dark triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. But to account for harm committed without a material goal, researchers added a fourth pillar: everyday sadism, transforming the model into the dark tetrad. This fourth pillar identifies a specific profile. These individuals seek a unique internal reward, the experience of witnessing your suffering. To identify an everyday sadist, psychologists look for three converging baseline traits: high impulsivity, a manipulative nature, and a profound callousness, a total lack of empathy for the emotional states of others. Inside the mind of a sadist, the victim's distress functions as a direct psychological input. This distress feeds their reward center, creating a loop of pleasure that reinforces the behavior. The drive to extract this pleasure can override personal safety or social reputation. Even when the act threatens their own emotional well-being, the urge to witness suffering pushes them forward. The internal reward is worth the external risk. This link between pain and pleasure is often explored in consensual, controlled settings like BDSM. However, the everyday sadist weaponizes this dynamic in daily life, entirely without the other person's consent. Because their motivation is internal and detached from material gain, they do not need a grievance to target you. Any innocent bystander can become a source of amusement. You can spot this dynamic in everyday relationships. A trusted confidant might learn a sensitive secret and immediately broadcast it to your entire social circle. The thrill comes specifically from the fallout. While most people seek social leverage, the sadist values your emotional devastation as the primary prize. The workplace offers similar opportunities. A manager might set artificial deadlines and manufacture unnecessary tension for projects that could easily be completed at a normal pace. A Machiavellian nos creates pressure to drive output and profit. For a sadistic boss, the employee's panic is the desired final product. These individuals use the friction of office politics as a screen, making it difficult to realize that their only genuine goal is the extraction of distress. This behavior scales up in environments where applying physical force is a legally sanctioned part of the job, such as in the military or law enforcement. Consider a chaotic protest where police are ordered to clear an area. You may see two officers using force with entirely different intensities and expressions. One officer mechanically fulfills a professional duty to maintain order. The other utilizes their badge as a legal shield to enjoy the act of hurting others. Authority-centric professions naturally attract higher ratios of sadists. These systems can inadvertently provide a framework for individuals to act on their darkest desires without facing consequences. Beyond physical systems, the internet has evolved into a borderless playground for the everyday sadist. This is the core psychology of the internet troll. When they post hateful or inflammatory comments, they often do not even believe the opinions they are sharing. The content of the post is irrelevant. Their singular objective is to trick you into spending time and emotional energy on a frustrated response. Online anonymity and physical distance provide the perfect setup, a consequence-free mechanism to harvest human distress at a massive scale. When attacked, our instinct is to show anger, display distress, or attempt to use logic. This is a victim's greatest vulnerability. A visible reaction acts as a green signal. Showing anger confirms the tactics are working, fueling the cycle. The only effective defense is starvation. You break the cycle by maintaining emotional neutrality, cutting off supply to their reward center. In practice, this means enforcing rigid boundaries with toxic friends, maintaining strict distance from abusive managers, and absolute silence against digital trolls. Once you understand the motive, you strip away the power. The way to defeat a sadist is to aggressively protect your peace and deny them their prize.